welcome to Mars High School. Tonight we have the showdown for the Section 1 lead as we go into the holidays. The Highlands Golden Rams at the Mars Planets. Along with the Dean, Mike Choma, Robert Rikowski to my right. This is Mike Pavlik greeting you from Mars High School. And Dean, Jim's filling up pretty good here in the last section game before Christmas. This should be a dandy between these two old rivals.
It's nice to say, Mike, that the importance of this game, Highlands 3-0 in section, Mars 2-0 in section. So it is a battle of the unbeatens. And again, both teams like the up-tempo, score in the 70s. I expect to see a lot of racehorse basketball here tonight.
Well, Mars has had some injuries. They come into this game with a record of 5-3, but they are 2-0 in section. They've had some big guys hurt. What's the report there?
Well, Mike, Alex Gruber's definitely out. I saw him on crutches before the game. And Rob Carmody, he's out there tonight, Mike. He's in warm-ups. I talked to his dad, the coach. That's important to say that. He says he's going to see how he feels after pregame as to how much action he'll get here tonight. They both did not play in Las Vegas. They just came off a 4-game road trip out to Las Vegas. I asked Rob the question we were discussing on the way up. Did the kids go? He looked at me like, yeah, I'm going to leave my kid at home. You know, he said,
that was my line.
Exactly. So he agreed with you. I said, Milo said the same exact thing. He laughed because they both made the trip. Neither one played. Of course, Gruber with the crutches not going to play. Harmony here tonight. We'll see how long he can go, if at all. Again, Division I recruit, Mike, got a lot of offers so far, so we'll see if he plays and how long he does play.
Now the question with Highlands is coming off that tremendous victory against Hampton at home on Friday night, putting up 102 points and shooting the absolute lights out. Can they match the intensity from that and bring that into this game? I don't even know if it was so much intensity. It was more that everything went in.
Everything went in, Mike, and we hung 33 on them in the last quarter. I watched that tape of that game again. We were full court press in the last quarter. They weren't giving it up, and their defense becomes their offense. Mike, no matter what happens on a shooting night, can always play defense. You made a great point. I thought it was such an important one with Hampton. You thought the knock one was more important just because it was a lot dirtier affair with the shots weren't falling.
You know, it's not hard to win when you're making 65% from outside the arc and you score 102 points. When it's hard to win is when you're 2 for 17 outside the arc, can't hit the broadside of a barn and got to gut it out and come from behind against a tough defensive team in the fourth quarter. I was more impressed with the knock game.
That's the key word, Mike. Gut it out. He's going to have to gut it out here tonight. Always a tough place to play at Mars.
Now, who's this game more important to?
Well, I think there's no doubt about it. Highlands, Mike, we have not won in 12 games. I think prior to that, we had won 12 games against Mars, and when Mars is going through the streak, Rob always said, Carmi, the coach, he goes, we got to break through. If we break through one time, it's in our heads now. We can't beat Highlands. And I think right now, it's in Highlands' head that they can't beat Mars. They've lost some terrible ways here. Last year, 2 seconds, a blow-by foul call. And we remember the genius Rob Carpenter a few years ago when he fouled Micah Mason. Yep, put him on the line, let him make 2, send a game in overtime, win overtime. So, yeah, Mike, I think they're in our heads a little bit, and we got to shake it off, and hopefully tonight's the night.
It's been so long since Highlands has beaten Hampton. Micah Mason was a junior. Tonight, Micah Mason's sitting over there bouncing his kid on his knee.
Oh,
that tells you how long it's been since Highlands has beaten Mars.
That's a great line.
And that's what we're going to have to get over tonight. I think that the fact that Mike is in the building could help us out tonight. Let's hope he does. That's going to wrap up the pregame show. Tonight brought to you by Highland Tire. Winter is here. Don't trust what it's doing outside. I know it's warm, but it's coming. There's no better time than right now to stop into Highland Tire. See why they've been voted the best place to buy tires in the AK Valley since 1993. That's 23 consecutive years. Their dedicated service team will take care of your needs with a level of professionalism seldom seen in the tire industry. Visit HighlandTire.com for directions to the Highland Tire location nearest you, or give them a call in Tarentum at 724-224-9222 or in Natrona Heights at 724-224-7900. Highland Tire, service, integrity, price. We deliver. Tip-off coming up. Highlands at Mars, and it's right after this. All right, we're back. Time for the starting lineup, Steve.
And again, they will start number 1 for the Highlands Golden Rams, Ryan Boda, 5'11 junior, coming in averaging 8 points a game. Number 2, Jamison Nee, a senior, 6 foot, averaging 18 points a game. 23, Levante Martin, the big guy in the middle, senior, 6'3", averaging 12 a game. Junior, 6 foot, number 24, R.J. Rigger, averaging 5 points a game. And our leading scorer, number 30, Mitch DeZord, a junior, 6'2", averaging 21 points a game. Mike, the great thing about the other day, we had 3 guys score 20 points. I can't remember the last time that was done in Highlands.
Nor can I. This Mars team, 21-1 a year ago. They were the number 1 seed. And they lost in the second round to Marjula and Ambridge. I think we're having a presentation here. John Costello has gotten his 1,000th point.
He did it out in Las Vegas.
He did it in Vegas, and frankly, no one saw it because what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas.
That's true, but they're honoring him this evening, and well-deserved, Mike. We've seen John Costello. Remember, he was starting as a freshman, Mike, so he's been around for a while, and again, congratulations to John in his 1,000th point.
Yeah, so back to last year, Mars had to go through the same predicament that Highlands did. They had to go through the qualifying in the state playoffs, and they beat Highlands that first game out at Moon. Another heartbreaker, a game that the Rams had and thought they were going to pull off. And here's how Mars got to the state playoffs. In the qualifying round robin tournament, the play-ins, they beat Highlands in Hampton. They just went through Section 1 again.
Exactly. They will start a brother act here tonight, Mike. Number 3, John Costello, 6'5" senior. We mentioned him. His brother, number 10, Steve Costello, a 6'3" sophomore. Christian Schmidt, number 23, a 6-foot senior. Mike, he's been killing us the last couple years. Aaron Gruber will start in place of his brother, a 6-foot senior. His brother's a twin at 6'4". That's crazy. And number 4, Bailey Treziak. Remember him, Mike? He had a couple big shots last year. 6'1" senior.
They have 10 seniors. All of them are lettermen. All of them got playing time last year, and we'll probably see all 10 of them because the injured player, Alex Gruber, he's one of the seniors that will not play, and then Robbie Carmody is to be determined.
I thought, Mike, the key to the Hampton game was Levante Martin. We matched up well guard to guard, but they had no answer for Levante. Levante gets a tough customer here tonight, John Costello, 6'5". Again, just scored a 1,000 point. He's been around for a long time, Mike. I remember, like you said, we was a freshman playing against us, so let's see how this goes tonight. You said Levante has a thumb problem?
Yeah, he banged up his thumb, I guess, Steve Meader was telling me, but he should be okay to go. So we are set. Levante Martin against Sean Costello. Ball up in the air by Dom DeFrancis. Highlands wins the tap. They move left to right in the traveling brown uniform. This is Rieger back out to the Big M where Ryan Boda takes control. Dom DeFrancis, Paul Skirtich, and Joe Zolchak are the officials tonight. Joe,
Local guy, New Kent guy, nice backdoor play. Yes.
Knee lays it in. It's 2-0 Highlands.
Caught him on the overplay, Mike.
2-0. Here come the Planets. Now, the thing that we've noticed in the games here, Highlands had better luck here. Their last win against the Planets did come here, 62-58 on the 13th of January, 2010.
Steve Costello lays that in, Mike, 6'3" sophomore. Here we go, Mike. Racehorse basketball. Both teams average in the 70s. Knee for a 3.
That was a 2.
A 2?
That was a 2. 4-2. Paul Skirtich put the 2 fingers in the air.
I had that as a 3. I'll have to look at that on instant replay.
Exactly.
Later.
Check it out on the internet.
Schmidt scores 2.
Has 2 more. And we're tied at 4 as we go back and forth. Now Martin. Levante's sporting a new 2 tonight, I think, too. Yep. Very nice. He cleaned it up for Christmas. Here's Boda. Gave up the dribble, needs help.
My haircut, too. Both of them.
Out to Desord. Now
nice,
back to Martin.
There he is. Rieger was there.
Nice pass to Rieger, but he lost it.
We saw it. Rieger did.
Rieger did.
Yep, first
a little bit slow to react. John Costello had it. Swung it out to Treziak. His 3 is down. Now, we were wondering, would there be maybe a little bit of a jet lag deal, but not so far. The Planets have come out firing. 7-4. They haven't missed a shot.
No Vegas hang over there, Mike. 2-on-1.
Now
nice
they pass it to Costello. Looked like he stepped on the baseline, but he used that big body to get free. And the Planets lead it 9-4. Oh, it's wide open for Boda, and he laid it in. Just let him go down the lane. Boda makes it 9-6. Steve Costello hands it off to brother John. Jumper off the front rim. Rebound Jamison Nee. Sans goggles tonight.
Good to see that.
Nee stops. He pops off the rim. No good. Rebound Schmidt.
They're out and running, Mike.
Schmidt leads it out to Steve Costello. Back out top, and that's Schmidt for 3. It's down.
He kills us, Mike.
Schmidt has 5 early on. They've already made 2 threes, and it's 12-6 Mars. They come out firing on their home floor. Desort's 3's on the way. It's off the rim, no good. Costello the rebound. No brown shirts.
Yeah, Mitch thought he got fouled there. No call.
Now that's 3 for Aaron Gruber off the front rim.
They're letting him play, Mike. There's your numbers.
Lee with a fleet feed to Desort, and the Rams turn it over for, I believe, the third time.
Third time. 3-0 turnovers, yep. Mitch was out in front of that, Mike.
5:16. Thank the Desorts for their lovely Christmas gifts.
Appreciate that. My thing is they
won't be open. I won't be opening until Christmas morning, so we'll discuss it on when we get to St. Joe's. Yeah. But thank you. That is nice that they appreciate it. And we appreciate all the help that we get.
Well, Carmony's in there, Mike. Look at they're going to go at it. Joe's going to call something right now. Watch.
I think they call both.
I think so. Let's see.
Joe Zolchak making sure there's no issue.
Yeah.
It's on knee.
Oh, they're going to call
them both. Double foul.
I like it. You know that.
Oh, that's Joe Zolchak taking control.
Joe, 33 years refereeing. This crew combined, Mike, has 97 years, and none of them are wearing glasses. How about that?
Robbie Carmody is in there, the 6'4" sophomore, and he's got offers from just about everybody that matters in D1 basketball. Schmidt's three's no good, and Costello got the rebound, but Nia stole it off him. Knee back the other way. Drives all the way in. Oh, what a move. Won't go. Rebound Martin. Knocked out of bounds. Whose ball? It's Mars' ball.
Now, Mike, watch Carmody. He's gotten so much stronger between the sophomore and junior years. That battle down there in the post against Knee, you've got a chance to see that. I'm trying to see. He's going to wear knee pads, Mike, on both knees. That's a new thing, by the way, anyways. Doesn't have a brace.
Inside to Costello. Nice post move, and he drains it. He's a big guy, but he can do moves like that. It's 14-6. Big start for Mars here early on. Rieger tried to throw it into the paint, and Schmidt stole it.
4 turnovers, Mike.
Not a great start here for Highlands, trying to break that 12-game losing streak against these guys. Back outside, that's Steve Costello. It's down, it's 3. Timeout, Highlands. Mars leads it 17-6. What jet lag?
I thought they missed one shot the whole time, Mike, so far. What a great home-cooked meal without doing the cooking this time of the year. Try the Anchor Inn on Freeport Road in Trent Heights. Joe, Andy, and Dee continue the family tradition starting way back in 1953. You want to give them a plug for the
Cheese Delights, always a favorite. The Cheese Delights with the little with the side of mustard and the side of dill pickles, slices of dill pickles, fabulous.
Eddie Tuorski asked for us after the Christmas special. Had that the other day. Speaking of specials, asked about the Blue Plate special every day. No reservation needed. Kitchen's open until 11 o'clock, so make sure to stop by the Anchor after the game to discuss the Rams' push to the playoffs. That's the Anchor in Freeport Road in Trent Heights. Welcome aboard. And so far, Mike, in this battle of unbeatens, Mars has taken it to us.
Highlands with a basketball.
And they're the kind of team, Mike, you don't want to get behind on.
No.
Oh, boy.
Boy, tipped away, and they are
5 turnovers now.
Dump down, back outside. Brother to brother, Steve Costello, 3 is down.
He's only a sophomore, Mike. He's got 10 points. 20-6.
20-6.
Here comes the pressure, Mike. One thing that Mars can do if they score, they can press, and they're doing it here. Nice pass down to...
nicely done, Rieger to McCamey. Rams break the streak. It's 20-8. Still a 12-point Planets lead. Nearly a steal. Oh, nice save by Carmody. Carmody put it on his hip and threw it away. Steve Costello couldn't climb up there to get it.
Mike, that's the first time he had come down at knee. He was just a little tentative. I would be too.
Yeah, definitely.
He was fortunate. They thought it might be an ACL, MCL situation. It was not. So good to see him out there, and I'm sure his dad's happy for him.
Yeah,
too.
I'm not sure when they play again. So you can see where they want to get him out there and get him some playing time because they may not play till afterwards. I don't believe they're in a Christmas tournament.
I think they have one here, Mike.
Oh, nice shot by Desort, class and good.
In fact, I'm sure because they have the Don Graham holiday tournament here.
Yeah, but the Don Graham tournament is usually later, well into January.
We'll have to check and see.
Now another 3 by Steve Costello, and he's got 11.
That was 13, Mike.
11. Ward has 11 also. 23-10.
It's too many, no matter how many.
Ain't that the truth? That's Desort out of the corner. His 3's off the front rim. Rebound. Oh, John Costello nearly tipped it in his own basket.
First guy this year, Mike, that's got the body on Levante.
Back outside. That's Schmidt. They're not missing. They are not missing. This must be what Hampton felt like the other night.
Yeah. 12 threes by Highlands. They're going to have 12 threes in the first quarter.
They have 6 already, and it's 26-10.
Wow.
Any questions? My goodness. Rieger out to Martin. Their 2 losses that they suffered out at Vegas were against 2 teams from California. They must have been pretty darn good.
Well, remember, Carmody didn't play in those games, Mike, either.
Well, he hasn't done anything here yet either.
Just him being out there, though, is a difference maker.
There's a tip. Back out to Martin. Right side Rieger. RJ's three off the rim. Tipped around, and John Costello has it. 1:40 left first quarter. It's a 16-point Planets lead. Now Carmody drives it in and kicked it back out. That's a three by Steve Costello.
They're doing. They missed.
He is. A nice pass to his brother. He missed it. Rebound Carmody's fouled by Martin. No basket. Martin picks up his first. That's only the third foul of the half. They had the double foul earlier. And now Aaron Gruber gets a rest.
Well, we put a clinic on the other day against Hampton, and right now, so far, Mars is showing us one.
Now they go backcourt, and Carmody will go back there and get it. Minute and a half, first half. Oh, Carmody with a nice move. Got it baseline. Costello had a block from behind as McCamey and Nee teamed up. Here's Desort the other way. Desort lays it up, scores, and draws the foul.
Yep. That's a good call, Mike, because he leaned into him after the shot.
That's 4 for Mitch in the early going, and it'll be 26-12. And Desort will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. You can't make us all up at once, that's the thing. Rams erased a 17-point deficit against Hampton at home last year, if you remember, and took the lead. Hampton ended up winning that game after we talked about on the game on Friday night with Joe Lafko with his tossing his jacket in disgust to get the technical and got his team's attention back.
Double, nice
shot by Desort to pop it up in the air. Boda to Mitch. He'll shoot a pair.
Second turnover for Mars. Highlands again trying to get the pressure up on defense, Mike. That's how you make it up. Not on the offensive end. When you're down 13, you make up playing defense.
They must have had a direct flight.
The red eye, probably. Been on that one myself.
Just me too.
I had that red eye, Mike, one time when I had the flu, and I didn't want to tell the girl next to me, "You're getting the flu."
Yeah.
But she was getting it, trust me.
I'm one of the, Mitch makes them both. Mitch came in 69% from the line. And by the way, we have all three of the guys I said would be up over 70 are up over 70 now. Boda, Nee, and Desort. But I'm one of the fortunate souls can actually sleep on the plane.
I can't.
So I was okay with that. I like the red eye.
As I said, Mike, we went from 61 to 66% foul shooting by hitting 14.
We only missed one.
Hampton, yep.
And a lot of that was Levante. Levante was 5 for 5. Big night for him. Here's Carmody, 26-15. Rams got it back to 11. That's somewhat manageable. Ooh. Now they get a nickel dimer against Desort. Tom DeFrancis makes the call. That's the first on Mitch. Team foul number 3 against Highlands. Those are even at 3 apiece, and the Mars will key it in. 50 seconds left first quarter. 11 points, Planets lead.
Ooh, there you go.
Ryan Gallinardo in the game, and he goes backcourt to get it. He was a starter in one of the games a year ago.
Jamison Nee threw the broad Carmody ticket.
Nearly an over and back. Now Costello to Schmidt. Schmidt goes baseline. Grosscholz shut him off. Back out top to Carmody. Carmody, nice pass to Costello in the lay-in. Boy, that's just good basketball there. Now Nee. Kicked it over to Grosscholz. Back out top. Desort's long threes off the back rim. Rebound Grosscholz.
Nice job by Garsha, keeping it alive.
Tipped it to Nee. Got to work it back out. Boda's three is down. Ryan Boda. First one for Highlands tonight. Ryan had 15 in the second half against Hampton. And that's the end of the first quarter. The Rams cut 6 off of it. And what was a 16-point lead is now 28-18.
I didn't even notice the clock expire, Mike. It's been such racehorse basketball up and down. Got away from everybody.
Well, the Wireless Zone is your place for the hottest devices at the coolest prices, especially around holiday time. And if it's after Christmas and you want to take one of those gift cards or something in there, there's where you go. The smartphones, iPads, tablets, all the latest accessories. Stop into Wireless Zone today and see what makes Verizon the world's largest and most reliable network. Wireless Zone has 13 area locations, including 6 in the AK Valley. Rams fans, your Wireless Zone headquarters are in the Walmart Plaza next to GNC, or at Pittsburgh Mills next to JCPenney's and across from Victoria's Secret. If you have any wireless questions, contact John Mason today. Drop him a line. jmwzone@yahoo.com.
Mike Duquesne Dukes, led by Mike and Mason. They're off to a 10-2 start, the best start in 36 years.
Bad news that they lost their third leading scorer, a kid named Jones, tore his knee up.
Jeremiah, yeah. He's a big guy for them, too, and they don't have a lot of inside presence. They're very guard-oriented, and hopefully they'll be able to find a way around that. But it's been a very good start for them, and hopefully they'll be able to continue that. All right, let's see what the Rams can do here. Second quarter, they've shaved some of that lead away with an 8-2 run to finish up the period. Here's Schmidt. Now McCamey out against Schmidt, and he goes cross-court for Aaron Gruber. Of course, his brother out of there tonight, Alex Gruber. They are twins, even though there's about 5 inches different in height.
Yeah, he's in a cast, Mike. I saw him before the game.
There's a 3 fired up by Bailey Treziak is missed, and here's Boda.
Told me he enjoyed Vegas, but the temperature in the 60s, so we had that here.
We did. Off of Mitch's foot.
Look at that.
Mitch got whacked in the head, but it's saved by Schmidt beautifully. Oh, lead it out. Oh, great play by Grosschel. They get a piece of it. They dive on the floor. They say it's Mars ball. As Costello and McCamey hit it hard.
We see 3 different face plants, Mike, one of which involved Rob Carmody, so guess he's healthy, huh?
You got to give Grosschultz credit because he saved an easy basket.
Yep.
He got up there and tipped that ball away, climbing up that ladder to get to it. That's what this section's going to be like all year, folks.
Yep. This is not for the faint of heart.
No, this is part one. This is part 1 of 2 at least. Last year we had 3 of these.
And what was it, 6-point total or something? 8 points?
Yeah, it was. Here's Carmody. Stops now to Treziak. Schmidt's open. Not really, but he takes it anyway. Missed a shot. Rebound, Martin.
Great job by Lamar to keep it alive, Mike.
Here are the Rams, down 10. Nee puts it in the floor, drives to the basket, kicked it back out to Boda. Boda into the paint, stops, runner. Off the glass, no good. McCamey the rebound. Out to Desort. Mitch, they call it travel. That's not the first time we've seen that called on Mitch this year, and I'm still not sure.
McCamey's out there now, Mike, and I think this is the most athletic team when they put him out there.
Mars basketball. No one scored here in the second period.
And if you notice, Mike, he's watching Carmody, too.
Gruber. Martin on the hedge. Now they work it to the corner to Treziak. Oh, good job by Levante to knock that ball out of bounds. R.J. Rieger back in the Highlands lineup. Jamison Nee will get a rest.
Jamison playing without the goggles, Mike, but still has 11 stitches in his head. That can't be easy to run around with.
Carmody. Drives in there beautifully. Shot, score, foul. Boys, that's a D1 move, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
When you have that kind of size, you can move to the basket like that. That's his first 2 points in a very long time. 30-18. And that's on McCamey.
It's his first. And Mike, the big difference I see this year is the weight that Carmody's put on. Despite having that bad knee, you got that explosion step to the basket. You saw it there.
31-18. Nee kicked it out to Rieger.
That is a different gear, Mike.
Rieger to Boda.
Oh, he has to.
Oh, and he kicked it. Rams get a break there. They'll get to key it in at 6:27 first half. Last section game before Christmas, the Rams will go to St. Joe's. Steve Meaner's going to Florida. We won't see him there. There's Desort for 3. Off the rim.
He's going to Disney.
We'll be at St. Joe's. Won't be able to see us on TV, but we'll explain it. Carmody's 3. In and out. Boy, rebound on the weak side. Treziak took it away from Martin. Now the Gruber back to Carmody. Puts it on the floor. Carries it in. To Costello. He lays it in. 8 points for John Costello, and it's 33-18. Desort with a crossover move. Now Nee had it stolen.
Great hustle there.
Job by Aaron Gruber. Now to Carmody. Missed a shot. Offensive foul. It's on Carmody, I believe. No basket.
A little late with that one, Mike, but that's to be Carmody's second, so I think he's going to get a little rest there.
That's 5 against Mars, and first one against Robbie. Or is it second?
Second. Remember they called him that offset?
That's right, on the double foul call. It was good officiating by Joe.
Yeah.
Zolchek. Here's Boda now. Got it to Desort. Now we have a foul before the shot. I think it's going to be on the Rams. Let's see. Carmody's not happy. So that tells me it's against the Planets.
No?
No.
What do they call it?
Rob thought it was on. It's on Martin.
Yeah, it's his second.
And Levante can't quite believe it. We heard some bodies hit the floor. Tyler just looked over to Corey, and Corey just shrugged.
Set a screen.
Yeah. Mars could take their biggest lead here. They lead it by 15. They led by 16 in the first period. Carmody from way downtown, yes. Six points for Robbie Carmody off the bench. That's the only time you'll hear that. And it's 36-18. They've doubled them up. Jamison Nee's three ball takes a peek and won't go down. Costello the rebound.
I'd like to see those two California teams that beat them. Like, wow.
Now
Nice
Schmidt
job
goes
by
in, lost it. Nee has it.
1-on-2.
Nee, nice job off the glass. Won't go. Rebound, Mars. Pulls it out of there. It's Gruber.
Wow.
Nice pass to Costello right down the lane. 10 points for him. Tyler Stachinsky wants to talk it over, and it's a 20-point Mars lead, 38-18.
Beautiful execution of the give and go, Mike, that time. No doubt about it. And are you ready for a new home addition? Kitchen, bathroom, and game room. Again, right around the holidays, first of the year. Be a great time to do it. Then make the licensed professional at B&E Home Renovations your first and only call. B&E's top priority is customer service. Their experienced local crew guarantees your job will be completed on time, exactly the way you want it. Visit their website today at beanehomerenovations.com for money-saving offers on their already reasonable prices. Give Brian a call at 724-351-3172 for a free estimate. B&E Home Renovations, where the B is always busy.
All right, our buddy Mr. Shoemaker on the PA over there. The friendly faces here at Mars, they're very friendly as they beat you.
Yeah,
and this is.
I'm telling you, Mike, we had the other thing going on for us prior to that. It was about at least 10 in a row. I remember back in the Damon Porter, Jeff Sinclair days, we owned them. Remember?
Yep, but no, not anymore.
No.
And these guys are for real. Again, they were 21-1 last year, and they were shocked by Ambridge in the second round. They were the number one seed going into the tournament, and the only game they lost in the regular season was in Las Vegas. They didn't lose a game in the Whippeal until they lost in the playoffs.
Well, they lost one here already. Bethel Park beat them in double overtime, 74-72. That's the game where Carmody and Gruber both got hurt.
Jamison Nee stops and pops and drains it for his 6th point of the night. But if you figure that everybody's a year older and they have all these seniors, this team ought to be better than they were a year ago, and they get everybody back healthy. I don't know who's beating them.
No.
Now second shot by Schmidt as he got his own rebound.
Third guy in double figures already for Mars, Mike.
And now you can see the Rams are just frustrated. They don't know what freight train hit them right now. 40-20. Inside to McCamey off the glass. 4 points for him. The steal by McCamey as he fronted Costello and stole it. Now Costello stole it back. And the lay-in is
Shard.
Offensive foul. Steve Costello put it in, but the foul is on the Planets. That'll be their 6th, so.
We have 8 turnovers. Mars just committed their 3rd, Mike.
First foul on Costello. Steve. John doesn't have any. That's the other thing. They're bigs. They play and don't get in foul trouble.
Yep.
Desort, a high arcing jumper off the baseline. A little 6-foot runner. He's got 9.
Desort going to get his 2nd foul, Mike, and that was a rough trip that time for Aaron Gruber.
Look by Mitch, was the agony on his face.
Team fouls 5 apiece now, Mike.
3:28 left first half. Mars 40, Highlands 24.
And that look was because I have to go to the bench now with 2 fouls. Desort with 2, Mart with 2, both on the bench.
Aaron Gruber sits down also. Ryan Gallinardo, who has the ball right now, 14, into the Mars lineup. Nice play. They run it to Costello cutting for the basket. He's got 12. 42-24.
That's an old wagon wheel offense, Mike. They just keep going in circles until they get the layup.
Knee threw a bad pass on the baseline, and Carmody stole it. Carmody doesn't look any of the worse for wear here.
Nope.
And he takes a three off the front rim, and Knee fought it away from Steve Costello. Grosholz with a runner. It's in and out. Boy, the lit on it. McCamey had the rebound, lost it, and the Planets back the other direction. Carmody had a little bit of trouble with it, but able to get it to Gallinardo. Now Costello for three. In and out. Rebound Carmody. Boy, did he get up there high. Now they battle for it, and the Rams come out of there with it.
Boy, Lamar McCamey and Mike wrestled that away from Carmody. He showed his strength there.
Knee with a runner, it won't go. Costello the rebound. Steve out to Gallinardo.
Mars kid's good defensive position, Mike.
Nearly a steal by Knee is a steal by Knee. The long cross-court pass. Now ahead to Rieger. Missed the layup.
We missed some chippies there.
McCamey able to get it. McCamey's fouled. McCamey's taken a beating the last couple trips.
Yeah, they're big kids for Mars, Mike, and they know how to use their bodies. What I'm saying on defense, they position themselves where you would think they're going to get a cheap layup, but if you take the direct route, they're going to draw the charging foul. Just change your body angle a little bit, Mike. They've been missing those layups because of it.
Nate Soblowski, number 30, into the Mars lineup. Another one of those seniors, 6'4".
Schmidt commits his second foul.
Long three fired up and missed, and John Costello has the rebound. 2 minutes left, first half. We're going to timeout on Mars as Rob Carmody wants to call a play. 2:03 to go, first half. It's the Planets 42 and the Rams 24.
You want to call it the last trip, Mike, and they didn't get it, and they turned the ball over.
Probably wants to set his substitutions to get the guys he wants in there. Joe Lucchino and his son Joseph, your coaching brethren,
yes,
would like to welcome you to Lucchino Insurance and Financial Group, a brand new name, but the same great services the Lucchinos are providing the AK Valley for decades. And with the new year coming, there's no better time to stop in and have Joe fix you up financially for your future. Still affiliated with New York Life, the Lucchinos can now expand your investment and insurance need to incorporate some of the biggest names in the industry while still giving you the peace of mind that comes with hometown service. They're located at 2318 Freeport Road, right next to the Donut Connection, or you can call Joe at 724-224-8908 or Joseph at 412-818-7398. Why wait? Let Lucchino Insurance and Financial Services put you on the road to financial stability today.
I like to refer to Joe Jr. as the brains of the operation. Big crowd tonight, Mike. Both sides filled up. I knew the Highlands people loved everybody I talked to was coming out tonight, and unfortunately, they seen the Mars Planets twist the numbers. 42 for them, 24 for Highlands. 2 minutes to go here, first half.
So Schmidt, Gallinardo, John Costello, Carmody, and Nate Soblowski are the five out there. Highlands with Bowden, Knee, Grosholz with a piece of it, McCamey, and Rieger. Schmidt will reset things. So whatever he drew up, he had to go back to the drawing board because they couldn't get it. They couldn't get it up.
Well, I think the idea is Mike wait for a good shot.
Yeah.
Only.
Another offensive foul, boy. And one thing you say about Mars, they're aggressive to the basket. That's on Soblowski, his first. He's just off the bench, but they're not committing any fouls defensively. They're playing good defense, and Highlands only has 24 points.
No doubt about it. I think
player control foul there, so the Rams won't shoot.
Half their fouls have been offensive.
At least 4, maybe even 5 of them. Here's McCamey. Boda's open. His three's on the way. It's down. Ryan Boda with 8-2 from downtown. And it's 42-27. Schmidt nearly lost, but he was able to save it. Soblowski cuts in. Back to Carmody. Nice dump down Costello. Boy, Carmody with a lot of assists. Costello's got to be happy to see him back.
Costello has 14, and half of them probably off assists by Carmody.
7 deuces. 44-27. Knee.
Wow,
charge.
That's a bad call. His feet were moving, Mike.
Jamison just stares at the official. Tom DeFrancis.
So Martin with 2, Desort with 2, and Knee with 2. The big three all with 2 fouls, Mike.
55 seconds left of the first half. It's 44-27. Mars defending their home court here tonight. Gruber. Travels.
5th Mars turnover.
Rob Carmody is entertaining, if nothing else.
I always like when he's next to us on a bench.
Dribble the ball, he says. Don't you, now back in coaching as you are, don't you think that's where kids get into most trouble, is giving up their dribble too quickly?
No doubt about it. Look at that. Downtown.
Oh, Boda's feeling it.
Half court. Wow.
He's got 11. Ryan's got 26th in his last 4 quarters. 44-30.
That was naughty range, Mike.
Now, nice jumper by Schmidt to answer back. 46-30. Boda to Mitch Desort against Steve Costello. Grosholz took a look at the basket, kicked it back out to Mitch. 15 seconds. Ramsey to be aware of the clock here. Here's Boda. Needs help in a double team, a triple team if you count the sideline, and they stole it. That's great defense. Schmidt back the other way, and a foul before the shot. Mars will shoot the 1-and-1 at 2 seconds.
Boda got caught picking up his dribble, Mike. You said it. They're a classic example of it.
Well, that's what you always talk about, that little Bermuda Triangle area out by the timeline. That when you double team up there, it's really a triple team because the third defender is the backcourt line or the sideline.
Let's see that. Boda got the foul too, Mike. His first.
Remember, Ryan's been hot scoring. First one by Schmidt is good. Schmidt in with 13. But Ryan had 15 in the second half against Hampton. He's got 11 in the first half here.
Wow.
26 in his last full game. Schmidt second rattles home.
Game high honors of 14 along with John Costello.
48-30. Too bad you can't call timeout and take it at half court. Got to get it up quickly. Boda fires it off the top of the backboard as the first half winds to a close. And it's been all Mars. Anytime Fitness at the Highlands Mall in Natrona Heights is the place for fitness. The name says it all. Work out when you want, anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anytime Fitness has everything you need: free weights, cardio, circuit equipment, personal training, even tanning and private showers. And remember, your membership entitles you to access to thousands of clubs worldwide at no extra cost. No matter where you are, if there's an Anytime Fitness, your card gets you in. Let Mark, John, and Debbie help you take that first step to a better you by stopping in for a free tour. Visit AnytimeFitness.com or give them a call at 724-224-2956 and get 2016 started with the greatest gift of all: good health. Halftime at Mars. It's the Planets 48, the Rams 30. Timeout. We'll be back with stats right after this. We were just jamming to Mariah Carey at halftime, and we kind of lost track of time there. They had Jose Feliciano was in there too, Dean. It was that's big stuff.
I was taking the world's longest walk to the bathroom. But
you know, when
you get there, you forget why you went.
Yeah, I was going to say you end up in Cranberry. I was trying to forget what happened in the first half. Unfortunately, I couldn't. All right, half a basketball to go. As a coach, now what are you trying to get here?
Well, Mike, again, you look at the turnovers. That's our 11th turnover. They've only committed 5. You got to value the basketball. As they said earlier when we were down big, you don't win this on offense, you win it on defense. We got to some stops.
And the other thing is that even if you're unable to come back and win this game, which I can't see that happening right now, is, you know, there are other games to be played, and there's another game to be played between these two teams. You need to establish something now for the next time.
Well, Mars, Mike, is a very physical team. There's no doubt about it. They have size and they know how to use it so far.
And missing Braden Timmons doesn't help for Highlands either.
Let's put that into the equation when we get him at Highlands, too. That'll help.
And he ought to be back by then. At least we hope so. We were discussing that across the way there. Martin climbs the ladder and pulls down the rebound. You can only do it one trip at a time. So you got to do what you were taught. Here's Boda for 3. Yes, Ryan Boda is red hot. En fuego.
His sister Carly made a 3-pointer at halftime to get a T-shirt, Mike, so the Bodas are on fire. That's not Nicole, that's Carly, Mama.
And she was the swimmer. Now the pass inside, they call a foul as Costello went in there, and they may get RJ. Let's see.
Rigger picks up his first on the bump. In section tonight, Mike, we have Burrow at Hampton. Could be a good one. Robin Bennett's favorite place to go. She loves Hampton.
Yeah, she does.
She wants to get a fight out there. Deer Lakes at Knock. And we think Freeport's at Valley. We can't confirm that. The Post-Gazette has them going 2 different places.
Yeah, that's on the that's on the master schedule of the Whippeal that I started. I always check for Mars because I know they're going someplace. They always go somewhere, and they'll be playing Freeport on January 2 when Highlands goes up to Fairview. So here's the sort. Stops, pops. Boy, he got hammered, and there was nothing called. And Paul Skirtis was standing there looking right at it.
The Costello brothers combined for 27 points so far, Mike.
It's kind of a Luthering, wasn't it?
Yes, a Luthering. I like that.
Costello turnaround. That's John missed it. Rebound tipped. Rebound, another shot.
There, they got Carmody for his third, I think.
And Carmody might have got hit over the back. Right now, what Carmody's doing is working on his conditioning. That's more.
Actually, that's Steve Costello.
All right.
His second, team first.
6:35 to go, third quarter. 17-point lead. What you want to try to do is get it into single digits before the fourth quarter. Martin, out to knee, move it beautifully. Over to Boda. Boy, he does miss.
Yeah, look good when left.
Carmody the rebound. Out to Aaron Gruber. Aaron Gruber not on the sheet yet. That's a three jacked up by Steve Costello is missed.
Yeah, they want a knee on a foul there, Mike. They didn't get it. Nice
snow look pass to Desort, and they're going to call a travel.
Oh, Mike, that's twice tonight. They got Mitch on that little stutter step, and I'm not convinced it's a travel.
Now, one thing I'll say is Mitch has not gotten the benefit of the calls tonight.
No. No Christmas present for the guys in stripes.
And I'd like to make it perfectly clear that anything that comes out of my mouth about the officials, who I like them all, has nothing to do with the score of this game, okay? That's a three by Gruber.
Well, you asked Aaron Gruber to score, Mike, and he does.
I didn't ask. I was just pointing it out. They're back up by 20.
Like everybody agreed that Joe Zoholczyk made a great call early in the game.
Nice job by Martin, but he can't get it to go, but he'll shoot a couple. Hey, he did. And
when Nee and Carmody were going at it, he stopped that in a hurry.
Carmody, yeah.
Costello, only his first foul, Mike.
Levante Martin back up to 53%, and he was 5 for 5 the other night.
Their big guys don't foul.
And it looks so much better.
Yes, I don't know what he's done.
Obviously worked.
And the one thing, Mike, you don't want to ask.
No, that's why when he wasn't shooting well, I wouldn't talk to him about it. That's the last thing you do. Believe me, it makes 1 out of 2. But the player knows more than anyone. It's just like you're putting. You don't need somebody to tell you you're not putting well.
Exactly, you know.
Here's Schmidt. Drives it in. Makes a nice move to the basket and lays it in. Christian Schmidt has 16. He's the leading scorer for the Planets. 55-34. That's their biggest lead.
Unfortunately, I said in the pregame, Mike, he's a tough customer on us, and he's proved it here tonight.
The thing about them is they do not have a weakness. And if they come to play as they have tonight, they're going to be very difficult.
Extra pass.
Nice pass by Nita Martin, and he lays it in. Levante Martin's first basket of the night. He averages 12 points.
That's coming off a 20-point performance against Hampton. Like, that's huge.
Desort had 24. Martin and Nee both had 23.
No foul there. Surprising they didn't get
they haven't tooted it much. You know, we were so afraid when we heard the edict about how they were going to call everything. And we haven't seen a whole lot of fouls in our
Mike,
games.
you notice the veteran guys kind of ignored them, huh? We got 97 years experience.
And I also think the Highlands has a good team, so you may have less of that. You know, when you play a good team against good team, you're probably going to have less fouls going. Rieger with a drive to the basket, it won't go, but Boda chased it down. Jamison Nee for 3. Yeah. Nothing but nylon.
Nee now with 9.
55-39, it's 16. Carmody whipped it back out top for Steve Costello. Out of the corner for Gruber's 3 is missed. But the Planet's able to clear the boards.
Extra pass that time, didn't get there to Costello.
Carmody loves to feed him.
Yeah, he loves to look for him, you're right.
That's a 2 by Schmidt.
18 for Christian Schmidt. He just loves to see the Highlands roll around walking the door, Mike.
He has 18, and that's their lead, 57-39.
Nice try to get down low. Pass didn't make it, though. I was told, Mike, we have 1 shooting gun in Highlands. They've got 4 here. That's a big difference. Each guy takes 300 jump shots a day. That's a lot of jump shots, too.
30-second timeout is called.
30-second timeout.
Speaking of sporting goods, Mike, B&J Sports, located at 1605 Freeport Road, they'll sell you a shooting gun. In Detroit Heights, been serving our local sports teams and the great sports fans of the AK Valley for 5 decades. All I ask for Christmas, Mike, is the Highlands toque. I hope my wife.
That would be nice. How do you like my hat, Dean?
I love the hat.
My name
Got
on the
your
back.
Name on the back, the whole 9 yards. That
Thanks to the football Gridiron Club for that.
Courtesy of B&J Sports. When it comes to all your sporting goods needs, look no further than B&J Sports. If they're missing one toque up there, I have it, okay? Glenn Mills and his friendly staff provide that personal touch. Team uniforms, trophies, any and all sporting equipment. You can't beat the service of B&J Sports. All things Highlands there. Stop in today. Give them a call. 724-226-2762. 5 decades says it all. B&J Sports. And this is being shown on Christmas Eve. So
yes,
if you didn't get it, you have to wait till after.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Now, we each got toques many, many years ago. I still have mine. Did you lose yours, wear yours out?
Yeah, kind of both.
Okay. I still have mine. Now that's part one of that. Part two is I haven't needed them yet, really.
It's true.
Gruber off the iron, rebound tipped around, and Gruber got it back, worked it free, and Carmody with the flush.
That is another level of his game, Mike, that we haven't seen.
8 points for him, and now McCamey alligator armed it as it went out of bounds.
And you can see why all the Division I coaches love Carmody, Mike. And guess what? He'll seem to feel out even more.
He's been offered by North Carolina. He probably can't go there. His grades are too good.
Michael.
Hey, kids don't go to class. Out of the corner. 3 is missed, but Costello has it. Body's on the floor. What's the call here?
Good call.
Going to be against the Planets.
Give the old Shavinsky with the lower body, Mike.
Joe Zolchek made the call. And that's on John Costello. That's his first, I think.
Second.
His second, all right. That's 3 against Mars second half. Highlands has committed 1 at the 3:10 mark. 59-39, Mars by 20. Led by as many as 21. Boda. Steal by Carmody.
That just shows you how strong he is.
Walked right in front of McCamey, and Carmody shot, score, foul.
That was an old-fashioned take into the woodshed, Mike. Steal it, strip it, score it. A kid named Reese Mayberry used to be famous for that.
Death, taxes, and a steal by Reese Mayberry.
It's on your shirt.
And that is true. Yeah, I remember that shirt. I still have that. It's way too large for me now.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I wore that on a cruise one time. My brother said, you got some guts wearing a shirt with your picture
of your own self on it.
I did it to get our eyes out of him.
That's pretty awesome, though.
Lori Sinclair.
I saw Lori at the last football game. I always remind her about that.
Yeah.
Boy, Cuz almost walked there, got away with it. Desort's 3.
Ooh,
boy, it won't go down.
Yep.
Now it's tipped out of bounds. Boy, McCamey and Carmody are having quite a battle, are they not? 2:42 left of the quarter. It's 62-39.
And again, Mike, you look at our bench, there's no doubt Mars much deeper than us. We go right now 6 deep, 7 with Gorshaw.
Mars beat George Washington Prep and a team out of Vancouver on their trip out there. They lost to Desert Oasis. They lost to George Washington Prep. That's a 3 out of the corner, and it's down by Treziak. He's got 2 threes. And Highlands calls timeout at 2:20. It is 65-39.
And Rob Kermode, Mike, is over there. Not the kid, the coach. He is fired up.
Well, let's talk about schools and moving schools.
There you go.
Attention high school seniors, you can learn the skills you need to start a career in the high-demand field of healthcare in less than a year, and you can do this at Career Trading Academy. They've been serving the AK Valley for over 35 years. They'll provide the tools and support you need to start a professional career in medical or dental assisting, medical billing and coding, or massage therapy. We're proud to announce we'll be moving to Lower Borough, Hillcrest Plaza, and the Hillcrest Shopping Center on January the 4th. The dean's already got his parking spot ready over there. His parking spot's going to be right in front of Elena, so we can walk over there after. You can visit us on the web at careerta.edu or give them a call at 724-337-1000. Your career is waiting at Career Training Academy.
And Mike, they start once a month, so it's plenty of time to get over there and get enrolled for January 4th. In that huddle, Mike, you got to see Braden Timmons sporting the Joe Falsetti MVP jacket. Joe, one of our old comrades. We miss Joe.
show.
We do. Think about him at Christmas time especially. That's Martin baseline. I shook hands with Braden and told him Merry Christmas. He went to reach the bad hand up. I said, no, other hand.
He almost didn't make the bus tonight, Mike.
Really?
His mom, actually, he did miss the bus. His mom had to go get him. Brother Daniel, when asked, is he coming today? He said no. So Mom had to go scoop him up and get him here.
I'm glad he made it. Schmidt works it into Trzeziak. Their threes have kind of cooled down after that crazy first quarter they had, but they have it, 2 of them here in the third quarter. I used a different color zinc. They're scoring so much, my thing looks like a Christmas tree. Look at that. It's all red and green.
That's why I got red and green, too. Christmas.
Nice backdoor. Carmody. Send it in, big fella. I think Dad jumped higher than Son.
He has a bad knee.
He's going to rupture. Dad's going to rupture an Achilles over there. He better be careful. Easy, Rob. 67-41. You think they didn't want this game, by the way?
Well, Mike, all the talk has been Highlands has played in close the last couple games. They're as good as Mars. I think Mars wanted to put that to rest, and so far tonight, it has been a dismantling.
Now, there's only one thing better than a good loss. That's a bad win.
And Mike, what this does to us is we got to get out the toolbox and go back to work.
Right. Dezort steps back, 3 ball off the back rim. Martin the rebound. Martin against the double team. Kicked it back out to Boda. Hey, that was not a travel, people. Relax. Here's Rieger for 3. It's off the back rim. McCamey hit hard. Is he all right?
Rieger's off the score sheet. Mike, he looks like he's...
Is he out?
Dead. Yeah.
He did. He came down hard. He went up with Carmody for that. And... Wow. McCamey going to hang in there like an Oriole. I just didn't like the sound of that.
Carmody's going to come off, Mike.
By the way, Dr. Pavlik says Robbie Carmody's okay.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, it looks fine. Keep our eye on Cuz.
He's going to get a break.
And he needs to sit down.
Yeah.
They know what's coming. That's what the coach is yelling. You know what's coming. Knee for 3. Front rim. He got the rebound. Took an elbow. Got around it. Put it in. Boy, that's dangerous with those stitches. Took an elbow right to the schnoz.
He's got 11 now.
67-43. Trzeziak blows up the baseline but missed a shot. Tipped by Grosholz to Martin. Lead it out to Knee. Knee drives all the way in. Oh, what a nice move. And he puts it in. 13 points for the 6-foot senior, averaging 17-7.
Here comes pressure now, Mike.
Here we steal by
jump ball.
Steve Costello on the ground throws an elbow at Mitch. Mitch was just playing basketball.
Yeah.
That's very surprising that nothing got called there. Don't you agree with?
All he tried to do was get up. Maybe the old walkover thing, but I don't think it was really that case. Mitch just tried to get up and get around him.
Much like the Hampton Talbots will remember what happened last Friday when Highlands goes in there, Highlands will remember what happened tonight when Mars comes back to Natrona Heights. Now, remembering it is one thing. Yeah. Doing something about it is something else altogether. Right. Schmidt left wing. Drives in, slid a little bit, now takes a 12-footer. It's short. Tyler Grosholz the rebound. Out to Rieger. 5 seconds. Rams got to be aware of the clock. Knee for 3. It's off the rim. And that's going to do it. Third quarter comes to an end. Mars 67, Highlands 45.
All right, Mike, trivia time. If you were picking, you might get this one. I was surprised by this. I told you in the car on the way about a good one for you, and it's kind of grabbed my attention. It's a pretty simple question. Let's see if you have the answer. What Quad A team is averaging 87 points a game?
Oh, I don't know.
Go through your list in your head.
Quad A team averaging 87 points a game. I won't say, but boy, that's unusual because they don't score in Quad A.
Right. Usually, it's not Plum.
No, it's not Plum. I can't think it would be Central Catholic either.
Nope.
Give me an area. Give me north, south, east, or west, or something like that.
South Section 1.
Fox Chapel?
Nope. They're in 5.
Are they in 5? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. I'm going to say Mount Lebanon.
Nope. I'll give you a hint. We love their announcer.
We love their announcer. On radio?
Alch's buddy.
Internet? Latrobe.
Yes.
Dow Carnahan.
Dow Carnahan. Good old Dow. Always looks spiffy, huh?
Greatest head of hair.
Yep. 87 a game, Mike.
That's a lot. That's a 3 by Steve Costello.
He now has 16.
No, I need to change colors. They ran me out of ink.
Ooh. Levante quick 7 points here.
All in the second half for Levante. He's come to life, 70-47. Carmody. And that's a 3 by Aaron Gruber. His second.
Right. Okay, Mike, you have a minute. Count up their threes. How many? Wow.
They have 11.
11 threes.
Just counted them.
Yep. Wow.
Well, in the nation, it's dedicated licensed professionals protecting your family. At Nationwide Insurance, we just call them agents. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Mel and John at the Boucher Agency want to help you relieve some of the stress involved with insuring your new teen driver. Ask about the Nationwide Insurance Young Driver discount. When you compare, no one beats Nationwide's rates for young drivers. Join the nation that cares. Call your hometown Nationwide agents, John and Mel, 724-224-4300. They have evening and Saturday hours for your convenience. Remember, in the AK Valley, the Bouchers and Nationwide are on your side.
Mike has been an onslaught from the beginning. Mars 28 in the first quarter, had a 10-point lead, 20 in the second quarter, increased that lead to 18, and the outscored is 19-15 here in the third quarter. And again, they've established a 73-47 lead here. This one's never been in doubt.
No, it hasn't. They ran out to a quick lead. They led 12-6, then they led 20-6, 26-10 at the end of the quarter. And no, it's never been a game. And they look like they came out to prove a point, and they have.
Tonight.
It's a game in December.
And there'll be the A game in January late, I think, too.
We'll let you know. Here's Desort.
Boy, look at them double A handoff.
Yeah, they did. Croshol's right side. Needs some help, and had it slapped away, and here comes Carmody. Carmody gets around Rigger and kicked it over to the corner. That's a 3, and it's down.
Do they miss, Mike?
Steve Costello has 19. 12 3-pointers. Martin will go to the line.
Carmody said, who, me? Yeah, it was you. Picks up his third. Levante will go to the line and shoot a pair.
The return matchup will be Tuesday, January 26th at Highlands.
And I'll tell you what, Mike, I want to know what team would beat him tonight. I think Hampton said the same thing about us.
All right. And as I said in the pregame, they're really hard to beat when you're making everything. And tonight they're making everything.
Yep.
But they do other things too. It's more than their offense. Martin gets them both. And he's 8 out of 9. Tyler Grosholz tried to inbound the ball.
Classic.
It was worth the shot. It was worth the shot. Why not? The referee, Paul Skirtish, gave him the stink eye. It's like, come on, we need all the help we can get. It's like an onside kick. Costello hooked it out to Schmidt. He goes baseline. Nice up and under move.
They love to reverse the basketball, Mike, and it's so hard on you defensively because you're playing ball side, then all of a sudden you're playing help side.
Desort, that's 2. Drains a mid-range jumper. He's got 11. And they've held him well under his average at 21.
Now, for anybody still watching this game, this is for instructional purposes only.
Long 3 is jacked up by Steve Costello. Missed.
Remember this. That's only their 6th turnover, Mike.
Desort.
Every time the ball moves offensively, you've got to move defense.
Carmody.
And there's nothing you can do about that, Mike.
80-51.
He's got 3 slams here tonight, Mike. We got a timeout.
And each one,
referee's timeout.
And each one's been a little bit better than the one previous, if you noticed. A little more authority.
We got something going on here they want to talk about.
They're talking to Mitch.
Yep.
Paul Skirtich had something to say. If I'm a coach in a situation like that, and the referee calls timeout and says something to my player, I want to call him over and I want to know what he told him.
That'd be a good idea. Mitch,
I want to know what he told him, so tell me too.
Yep.
You know?
Mitch comes out of the game.
I don't have any problem with Paul taking control of whatever the situation was, but as a coach, I think I'd like to be clued in.
He might have saw an injury there too.
There's that. Yeah. Making sure. Well, if I'm a coach, I want to know that too.
Yeah.
There's knee for three off the rim, swatted out of bounds. Getting high up into the atmosphere with Steve Costello. He's only a sophomore.
But I was saying earlier before that slam, Mike, every time the ball moves offensively, you've got to move defensively. And obviously Mitch was injured, come right back in. But, you know, when they reverse the ball like that, that's a lot of movement on your defense. And that's what they make you do, get out of position.
Knee puts it in deep to Desort. Looked at the basket. They come out with a double team. They get it to Martin on the low post. That's not an offensive foul. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Ooh.
That's terrible.
That's the old
Aren't you allowed to come down?
Yep. And he slid underneath him, Mike. That was the bad part about it. That's Levante third.
Asterisk.
Yeah.
5:20 to go. Aaron Gruber. Now they work it back out top to Schmidt.
And I'll be honest with you, I get Rob Carmody out of there, Mike.
There's a three by Aaron Gruber, missed. Rebound knee.
If I was his dad and he was coming off a knee injury, I'd want my son out of there.
Rieger.
There's only one problem. His dad's the coach.
Out of knee. Flipped it back to Rieger and they turn it over.
Wow, Mike. 18 turnovers to only 6. You have triple the turnovers, you're going to be down 29.
Yeah, he would take him out, but I believe he's trying to drive a point home.
Yeah, but I just fear the injury factor.
There's a three out of the corner by Aaron Gruber. He's got 3 of them. 2 of them here in the fourth quarter. 83-51.
All his points coming in the second half, like Levante Martin with his 9. Nice pass inside.
Martin lays it up, missed it, tipped around. Carmody has it. Lead feet Costello ahead of the pack. He slams it home. 85-51.
4 slams, Mike. Wow.
And the troops are ready to check in at 4 minutes.
JV game
Steal.
Uh-oh.
Carmody.
5.
Yes. 87-51. Timeout. A 36-point Mars lead.
And that's going to get some people to clear out of here in a hurry, Mike. And wow.
Hell, no traffic for the trip home, guys.
Yeah, looks like we're going to beat the they'll beat the traffic out there.
Now we're in the unenviable position of scoring 100 one night and looking like you're going to have 100 put on us another night. That happened in reverse once, if you remember.
Yeah,
Beaver Falls put 100 on Highlands out there in that pit at their great little gym. And then the very next game back at Highlands, putting 100 on Deer Lakes.
Yep. Speaking of Deer Lakes, Mike, Burrow beat them 50-40 on Friday night. And the other section game, Knock beat Valley 56-39. As we look at the standings now, Mars will go to 3-0 in section. Highlands will go to 3-1. Hampton and Burrow, again, playing here tonight. They'll be playing for 3rd and 4th spots in the section. So things are beginning to shake out as we head to the Christmas break. And again, our next broadcast is going to be internet only. You want to explain that, Mike?
Right. We're going to be at the St. Joe's tournament next Monday and Tuesday. The Monday game is at 3 o'clock. We'll be playing Cheswood Christian. That game and the game following the game on Tuesday.
Hopefully the championship.
We'll do them both. We'll put them both on YouTube. They'll be up there hopefully the next day, so you'll be able to see them in sequence. YouTube at Highlands High Football is the channel. And once you find one game, they'll all line up for it, and you'll be able to get to them.
You can bookmark that. That's double dribble, Mike.
It is. And they're also showing up on goldenrams.com.
That's the way I do it.
Athletic, but there's nobody working over the holidays, so those won't be there.
Yeah, they won't be there.
That's why you're going to need to go to YouTube to find it.
I go to goldenrams.com.
Drop-down menu, and it has games, telecasts.
Right. But Mike's making a good point. Over the vacation, there won't be anybody there to see the
Jen Goldberg's helping us out. We appreciate all her help.
So go to YouTube, Highlands
High Football.
Highlands High Football.
Or put the game in and just put it in as it shows up. Highlands versus whoever. Highlands versus Cheswood Christian. And you'll be able to find it.
Courtney is left to start the bus, Mike, and she found him that way. She went to YouTube.
Here's Desort. That's a three. It's off the rim. Rebound. Ursig in there. Tried to get the rebound, but it's knocked away from him by Nate Soblowski out of bounds. And last touch by Don Martinka, who's into the Highlands lineup. Brent Ashbaugh, number 5, is in. That's Gallinardo, 14. 13 is Sam Morrissey. Bailey Treziak is 4. Nate Soblowski's 30. That's Treziak left side for 3. It's off the rim. Martinka had a piece of it. And they say it went off of Mars last.
Looks like they bent the rim so much, Mike, that maybe they won't be able to shoot.
It's very difficult for them to shoot. Yeah, they're going to have to check it. I'll tell you what. I thought Costello was bringing it down with his. Everything rattled up there. Scott Heinauer held his breath. Bode, a long three, 25-footer off the back rim. Ryan Gallinardo has it.
Ryan's our leading scorer tonight with 14, Mike.
Morrissey went baseline, back to Gallinardo, out top to Soblowski. Now carried in there by Ashbaugh with a jumper that's missed. Sean Ursig has the rebound. They're going to have a jump ball. This will belong to the Planets at 2:36. So again, it's Monday at St. Joe's. The game's at 3 o'clock if you want to come out, and it's a great tournament, and they have great food, and it's a good time. It'll be at 3 o'clock against Cheswick Christian.
St. Joe's plays there in a nightcap there,
and
right?
Highlands will play, if Highlands wins, they'll play the winner of that game in the championship. Last year, Highlands did win in their 0-6 and got well.
The best 0-6 team east of the Mississippi, and we had a lot of fun at the Sarah Catholic, coach, remember?
Now was that the state or the river game?
I believe the state.
Okay.
Or the river.
Desort at the line. He'll shoot the 1-and-1. 69%. He's up over 70 now. 2 for 2 tonight. 87-52. The Rams will fall to 4-3, but 3-1 section will be good for second place into the break. And that's a good thing. Something to build on. Desort hits them both. Here's Gallinardo.
If Mars plays like that, it's a big word, if.
Well, nobody in the section beat him if he played like this.
I don't think anybody in AAA.
Yeah.
You know who they remind me of? Indiana from last year.
Tall, senior laden, and can shoot.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Greg Lazanik stepped into a beautiful situation there. A good guy, too. We were very happy that they won. After they knocked Highlands out, we kind of rode them through. And that was a big deal up in Indiana, too. Soblowski had a block by Ursig, and they called a foul. You can hear the slap all the way over here.
Ursig, 6'4", sophomore. Gonna try to get R.J. Rigger in by get him off the schneid. He has not scored here tonight.
Nate Soblowski at the line, another senior. He hasn't scored tonight. He still has. 1:55 to go. So, chance to wish everybody Merry Christmas to you, Dean and Rutt. And you guys, hopefully,
your family.
Hopefully, Santa brings you your toque. I got a new toque. I got a pit toque for my birthday, a nice pit toque. So that worked out well. When you have we both have birthdays kind of close to Christmas, so you can.
Now Kenny doesn't call it a toque. They call them what?
I don't even know. They call them beanies, tassel hat, tassel cap. Now they've gone back to the actual tassel on the top.
Yes.
I'm good with that. I remember we used to have the Steeler one back in the day, the old Steeler one, but it's a hockey term. It's a Canadian term, toque. Listen to Bob Airy, he'll call him that. Martinka will shoot for Highlands. Brent Ashbaugh picked up the foul. Dom's first trip, I believe. He missed the first one, and the ball is loose. And Nate Soblowski has it as we wind it down. Gallinardo comes late, drives in, and got fouled by Groschholz. First on Tyler at 1:30, 88-53. Now things have slowed down considerably for the Planets. Maybe they won't get to 100.
They get it to Ursik, Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry. 12 instead of 21. Gallinardo on the board. 8 Planets have scored. Highlands with 4 bench points, and their bench scoring has all been coming from Lamar McCamey. That'll be skewed because Carmody came off the bench tonight.
And you know what? We haven't seen Lamar since that spill. Hopefully he's okay.
No, I think it's probably a good idea to get him out of there. I didn't like the way he came down. He's sitting on the bench, but It's quiet over there. Not a whole lot of talking going on. This has been a drubbing. Here's Grosholz.
You know, Highlands came in with a lot of confidence, Mike, based on what they did last year.
Tyler with a 3, up around, no good. Rebound. Oh, great shot by Martinka.
Yeah.
Grosholz missed a little bunny, and Sobolewski the rebound.
Boy, Darn shows great athleticism there just to get the ball and keep it alive.
Now out of the corner, there's a 3 put up. Took a couple shots of iron. Did Morrissey, wouldn't go. Rebound to Roswag. He goes in with a layup, missed it. And Ursig the rebound. 40 seconds left. A runner by Rieger is no good, and a foul on Mars. RJ will go to the line.
RJ's first trip to the line this year, Mike.
Yeah, he had a little slash mark there. And the applause has begun from the Mars fans.
They have a very enthusiastic bench over there, Mike. Have you seen the Monmouth bench?
Yeah, there's something else. And
Yeah.
they beat teams.
Oh, they're good.
They've beaten a lot.
Georgetown and I think
beat
Northwestern.
Yeah.
And their bench goes nuts. They do all kind of crazy things. You have a chance, look it up on the internet. Don't tell Steve Harvey about the internet, by the way. He doesn't want to look.
Rieger's 2 for 2. 89-55.
Poor Steve.
We'd like to wish a special Merry Christmas to Miss Columbia. I'm sorry, Miss Philippines.
There you go.
Now a 3 put up and missed. And it's tipped out of bounds. Daniel O'Connell chased it, or I'm sorry, that was
Only their 7th turner.
Sam Morrissey chasing it back court.
They said Steve missed a couple rehearsals, Mike. That's a bad thing.
Read the card.
Yep.
Rieger all the way, knocked down and out of bounds. It goes. It's a foul, though, on Mars. 18 seconds to go, and Rieger will go back to the line. He's 2 for 2 tonight. 89-55, the Planet's leading it by 34.
Timmy Simpkins checks in, Mike, number 45.
45, yes.
Merry Christmas to Tim.
And his family, and all the Simpkins out
All
there.
the Simpkins.
Rieger's 3 for 3.
Over the years. Mike, we should tell our secret since there's only a few people watching. No, okay, we'll keep it a secret. We're not giving up.
Rieger's 4 for 4. If you catch us sometime off the air, we'll tell you. And ask.
Inside basketball. That's
Ask
right. We'll
nicely.
see who's still watching.
Yeah.
Ask us to see.
If you ask nicely, we'll tell you. Come up and see us at St. Joe's. We'll tell you.
There you go.
Long cross court. Good job by Martinka. 5 seconds. Here's Grosholz driving in. Put it up. It's got a lid on it for Tyler. Rebound Mars, and that's it. Final score here tonight. The Mars Planets 89 and the Highlands Rams 50-17. I guess the less said about this one, the better.
Well, again, Mike, sometimes, you know, it's tougher to lose a close game than to lose one like this. At least here, it was never in doubt, and like I said, what's your saying about being overconfident? Maybe this.
Maybe the Planets will be overconfidence by losing, but that won't be the case here. The way I look at this one is the measure of a man isn't the drubbing. It's how you come back from the drubbing. So let's see what the Rams do.
We'll see that.
Because everybody's going to get knocked down. Let's see how you get up.
That's it.
All right, let's wrap it up. Thanks to Scott Heinauer, the AD, for getting us set up. Thanks to Rob Rukowski and all his help tonight. Once again, that final score, the Mars Planets 89 and the Highlands